AMC theaters will probably run out of money by the end of 2020. It's really sad news. AMC Theaters is the biggest theater chain in the world. They have more screens than any other theater chain. I don't know what's going to happen because big box office movies like Marvel, DC, Star Wars, your Lord of the Rings type movies, they require many screens to be able to satisfy their box office demands. And if AMC goes bye-bye, if they close down and nothing comes in its place to buy and acquire and reopen, it's going to change the way movies are distributed for a very long time. And I don't know if it'll ever come back to exactly the way it was. What I think is going to happen, is I think we're going to see a model more like what they've done with Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted got a release that went movie theaters, whatever movie theaters could run it, they ran it on limited screens, and then it was released on PVOD. And I think if a lot of theaters go close down for a while and no one comes in and buys the screens and reopens them. Now, this is a worst case scenario. If they close down, nobody comes in and replaces them. The smaller chains that will survive will still be there, like the Alamo Draft House. I know Regal's in trouble too. That's a little scary. But some of the smaller ones that survive, they'll have their movies like they usually do. But for a movie to be able to make up for that difference in lack of screens, they're going to have to do something to supplement, especially big movies. So the model of the future, at least for the time being, could end up being a lot like what was done with Bill and Ted's, where a movie will get its simultaneous release on movie screens and on PVOD. Now, PVOD is a $20, $30 a pop. It's not going to be, free. It's not going to be $5. It's going to come out the first couple of months. It's going to be a $20 or $30, like Mulan. Now the verdict's still out on whether that's going to work. Bill and Ted exceeded expectations from what I understand and did better than people expected that it would. But in the case of Mulan, apparently that was a huge disaster. Disney lost a ton of money on Mulan, and they've tried some desperate things to try to make up for it, and it hasn't quite worked the way they had hoped. So the verdict's still out on that. Then you had Tenet that decided that we were just going to go for it, and they released it in as many theaters as they could get in, and people just weren't ready yet. Even for Tenet, they weren't ready, and so it didn't do particularly well. So a year from now, we don't know where we're going to be, but a bailout is out of the question. I don't think the government is going to have money left for movie theaters to give the movie theaters money. They've got too many other people needing assistance right now. So even as popular as movies are, as popular and as much needed as it is, I don't think there's going to be a government bailout for AMC, these movie chains. I would be very surprised. I think more likely scenario would be someone like a movie studio doing that. But let's think about this. Let's get a little crazy. Let's get a little wild. Let's get a little conspiracy theory here. If you're Disney or Amazon and you've considered acquiring, because there was one situation where I know AMC was considering, Amazon was almost going to buy AMC and the deal fell through. From what I understand, I don't know the specifics of that, why it fell through, but it did. If you're a big conglomerate like an Amazon or a Disney, even Warner Brothers, Netflix, would you rather wait till their backs are against the wall and they're kind of desperate to where you could buy as low as you can buy? Like buy as low as you can buy low, buy like basically on auction, price rather than buying now where there's still a little bit of air in the machine. Is that what you do? Do you hold out? Do you hold out until their backs are against the wall and they're on life support at that point? And then as soon as they, at that point, what do you do? So that's kind of my thought, is that maybe one of these big companies will come in and acquire Amazon. Amazon may acquire AMC, or Disney may acquire AMC. Disney certainly needs those screens for their big movies, as they proved with Mulan. So maybe that's what happens. I don't know. I noticed the lagging's gone, so it might have been the connection that was the problem. So that's interesting and good to know. It's kind of what I wanted to test out tonight. Anyway, I want to thank everyone that jumped on tonight and checked it out, and I appreciate it. This is sort of a work in progress. We're kind of experimenting a little bit as we go along, but I want to thank all our YouTubers, Twitter. I saw Matt Wilkins on YouTube. He's going to be with me back here tomorrow night to talk Cobra Kai. So I'm really excited about that. And that'll be our first official episode too of the new season. Everybody, good night.